Hey guys, today we're going to talk about solutions to systems. We are done working with tons and tons of computation. I want to show you guys the kind of problems that you're going to see on the end of the year test so we can make sure that this is solid. But today's focus is going to be on solutions to systems of equations. All right, so let's read this first one. The solution to a system of two linear equations in two variables, x and y, is shown below. X equals 3, y equals 5. Which statement best describes the solution to the system of the two linear equations? Well, if I've already solved my equations and I've come out with x equals 3, y equals 5, I can just go ahead and write them as a coordinate pair, 3, 5. So now let's go down to our answer choices. Part A, the solution is equivalent to 3 plus 5. That can't be correct. B, the solution is equivalent to 3 times 5. Nope. The solution is equivalent to 3 negative 5. Yep, that's going to be my answer because I know that solutions are written as coordinate pairs, which means that 3 and 5 are the only numbers I could plug in to make the solution, make the two systems work. Let's move on to a harder one. All right, guys, let's look at this first one. A hairstylist charges the prices shown on the sign below. Over the last 6 months, Ben spent a total of $105 and Deandra spent a total of $170. Ben and Deandra each received X haircuts and Y shampoos from the hairstylist, as shown by the equations below. 18x plus 3y equals 105, 28x plus 6y equals 170. Which statement about the number of haircuts and shampoos Ben and Deandra received is true? I have no idea how many haircuts or shampoos they received because I have not solved the systems yet. The first thing I need to do is solve the system, and then I can interpret the solution. So let me show you guys how to do that. All right, guys, let's solve the systems. I have 18x plus 3y equals 105. 28x plus 6y equals 170. I'm going to solve this using substitution. Algebra kids, if you can do this using elimination and that's easier for you, go ahead and do it, just so long as you come out with the same answer. So I'm going to take my first equation and I'm going to go ahead and get this one in slope-intercept form and substitute into our second equation. So I'm going to pull this one out. 18x plus 3y equals 105. Now, I know that I can just subtract 18x from both sides, and I'm going to get 3y equals 105 minus 18x. Last step is to divide by 3 throughout. Y equals, because my 3's cancel out, 105 divided by 3 is going to give me 35. Negative 18x divided by 3 is negative 6x. So my equation here is y equals negative 6x plus 35. Now what I'm going to do is substitute it in for my second equation. 28x plus 6. I'm going to make a huge pocket equals 170. In my pocket goes negative 6x plus 35. Boom. Now I have the same variable. I can solve this out. Haven't used my 28x, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it down. 6 and negative 6x, if I multiply those, gives me negative 36x. And 6 times 35 is going to give me a positive 210. Now I'm going to combine my like terms. 28 minus 36 is going to leave me with negative 8x plus 210 equals 170. Now I'm going to solve for x. Subtract 210 from both sides. I'm left with negative 8x equals 170 minus 210 gives me negative 40. I solve for x by dividing by negative 8. If I do that, x comes out to equal 5. Now, that's only half of my solution. I know what my x value is. I need to figure out what my y value is. So what I do is I take x equals 5. I'm going to plug it in for this first equation. So I'm just going to create a line, write it 18x plus 3y equals 105 at the bottom. And now all I'm going to do is substitute 5 in for x to get y. 18, create my pocket, 5 goes in the pocket, plus 3y equals 105. 18 times 5 is 90. I haven't used my 3y yet, so I'm going to bring that down. Or my 105. Now this becomes really easy. Subtract 90 from both sides. I'm left with 3y equals 105 minus 90 is 15. If you divide by 3, y equals 5. So now I have x equals 5, y equals 5. My solution here is 5, 5. So let's go back to our problem and look at our answer choices. All right, guys, now that I have my solution of 5 and 5, I can start to interpret this. I know that 5 was my x value and my y value. And per my table, haircuts are my x value and shampoos are my y value. Which statement about the number of haircuts and shampoos Ben and Deandra received is true? Part A. Ben and Deandra each received 5 more haircuts than shampoo. That can't be true, because if that was true, then the solution would be 10 and 5, as opposed to 5 and 5. That's like saying I received 10 haircuts and 10 shampoos. So that can't be correct. Deandra received 5 more haircuts than Ben. That also can't be true, because if I plug in 5 into both of these equations, equals 105. I'm going to get 105 equals 105. If I do the same thing, I'm going to get 170 equals 170. And I also know that 5, 5 is the only two numbers I can plug in to make the systems work, so that one doesn't work. Ben and Deandra each received 5 shampoos and 5 haircuts. Boom. That's our answer. And again, I know this because if I plugged in 5 for x and y, here, 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 and here, I would come out with $105 equals $105, and 170 equals 170. So C is my correct answer. So again, it's all about finding your solution and then interpreting it based on the information that you're given. All right, let's go ahead and practice.